Video, we are going to talk about the main therapeutic goals of the management of massive blood loss, massive antepartum hemorrhage that we had discussed in the last video. Now, what is the goal that we have to meet? How do we know that we have done enough for the patient? Now, we all know time tends to freeze when we are tackling an emergency. So that is very, very important that we have to talk about time, and nothing can denote time better than this hourglass. Now, this hourglass is overflowing with blood. That means what? The hourglass stands for the number 8, and overflowing with blood. By blood, we generally mean hemoglobin. So, a hemoglobin overflowing the hourglass, that is outpouring the hourglass, means hemoglobin more than 8 gram per dl is what we require as a goal for the management. Now, after the hemoglobin is settled, now again this person thinks of eating. Now, last time when we were discussing about how we are going to manage the patient with massive hemorrhage, we had seen that the tractor was bigger than the platelet. The platelet was less than the tractor, that is, it was less than 50. But here the platelet is big enough. So it is more than. Here we have not brought the cycle. Here we have not brought the tractor because it was too big. We have brought a gym bike. Now the gym bike, it is fitting into the plate well. So the platelet is more than the gym bike. And what is this gym bike denoting? It is denoting the number 7 and 5. If you have a closer look at this gym bike, it looks like the numbers 7 and 5, and the plate is more than, see, there's enough space between the plate and the gym bike, so the plate is more than 75. So the platelet more than 75,000 is what we will require as the goal. Now, fibrinogen, we know in the last video, we know that the child was crying cryo. And why was it crying? Because it doesn't even have one pencil. So here we have the fiber pencil is now 2. So everybody is happy. So the goal is for the fiber pencil or the fibrinogen should be more than 1 gram per liter. So more than 1, it should be. I've drawn 2 pencils to depict more than 1. It should be more than 1. Anything more than 1. And this, since we discussed in the last video about the PT and APTT, this should be, in the last video we know it was going beyond 1.5, so the target has to make it less than 1.5 times the control. So the idea for fibrinogen and PT-APTT is very much reversing what we were managing in the last video. The only new things that we have to remember is the hemoglobin, which we can remember outpouring blood from the hourglass, that is more than 8 hemoglobin, and this gym bike or gym cycle fitting into the plate, that is, the plate is more than 75,000. This is what we have to think as for the goal of the patient with massive bleeding. And the story goes like that. Now the lady has been given enough blood, and the blood is pouring out of this glass. So the hemoglobin is more than 8, and the plate is now having a dish which is fitting into it, and it is 75, and the other 2 values are just the opposite of what we were reading about in the management of APH. So this is all that we have to remember as targets or goals that are to be met, therapeutic goals to be met in the management of massive blood loss. Thank you.